There's that baffling question of whether the attitudes shown by teachers in the classroom affect students' ability to learn.
So we have come up with a debate with two opposing opinions on the matter. Allie, who believes it does not affect the students, and Megan, who thinks it does.
In my opinion, it's up to the students to take advantage of their classroom time and to pay attention to the teacher no matter how they teach.
But if a teacher has negative effect and attitude towards his or her students, he or she is not going to want to learn.
Well, Rick Salutin, who wrote the Toronto Star article, Saving Publication, Why Teachers Matter, says that, kids don't need to be taught that much. They're natural learners. Everyone learns to walk and talk without teachers. It's or far harder task than anything to follow. And, they're natural learners and need not to rely as much on their teachers.
Well, there will always be students that are not natural learners and that will need more attention and more support from their teachers to keep up with things that they don't understand.
Well, then it should be up to the student to get extra help or to put in extra time in the classroom to make sure they understand. Not everyone's given the opportunity for an education, and those who do should take advantage of it.
Well, like Jean Anion says, who wrote the social class and the hidden curriculum of worth, while strict attention to the lesson at hand is required, the teachers make relatively little attempt to regulate the movement of the children at other times. So children need attention, need motivation and attention despite the school be rich or poor. All students need the same type of attention and perseverance from their teachers.
And now we have some interviews to show you
of some of our personal teachers and students that we know on their opinions.
Go. So do you think that teachers' attitudes in class affect learning?
What? Yo, what was the question?
Do you think teachers' attitudes in class affect learning?
Yeah, for sure, man. Because straight up, yo, if your teacher fucking sucks, then is this from Miss Darkman?
Yeah.
Yo, what up, Miss Darkman?
Teacher's boring, cheese.
If the teacher's boring,
Skip class.
how many class? When a teacher is more well prepared and has a fun class prepared, then you have a good time learning. Because learning can be fun too.
Learning can be fun. Okay, cut. So Mike, do you think that teachers' attitudes in class affect learning?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because a teacher with a positive attitude can entice and encourage students to learn in class.
Yeah, I agree. So Mike, what's an example of a teacher that you had that had a bad attitude in class and affected your learning?
Well, my teacher in grade 7 was a history teacher, for example, who had a monotone voice who put everybody to sleep as he stood and looked out the window, and it was almost like he had a recorded message to the students. So that was not a very good influence.
Yeah, very interesting. So do you think that teachers' attitudes in class affect students' ability to learn?
Well, I think that it does have an effect on students, because if the teacher isn't really into it, then why should the students be? But as well, it's the students' attitude and how they feel about working and how important it is to them as well. So it's a bit of both.
So this is Costa.
Hi, everybody.
And Costa, do you think that teachers' attitudes in class affect students' abilities to learn?
Well, for sure, it's a main thing. I mean, if the teacher's down that day or the teacher's happy, it affects the students' learning and their ability to do work in class. And I mean, if you have a positive environment all around, then I guess you're gonna have like a good work habit that day, or you're gonna do well and you're gonna be productive. But if you're not, if the teacher's a bit down, it's not gonna affect you in your workability and all that, and your productivity.
Productivity.
Yeah.
So Julian, do you think that teachers' attitudes in class affect students' abilities to learn?
No, Allie, I really do. I think a teacher's attitude in class needs to be good so that the teachers or the students can come into the class and feel happy that the teacher's in a good mood. And I personally find that I treat the teachers with the same amount of respect and the same kind of attitude that they like to treat me with. So I think it's really important for the teachers to have good attitudes in class.
Great. I guess that's...
Well, hey guys, what's up?
Hey Alex, Corin, how are you?
Well, I'm great, Allie. What's going on here?
Did you overhear my question?
No, I didn't. Could you please?
I asked if you think that teachers' attitudes in
Well, you know what, Allie? I think that they most certainly do not. It is up to the student to be ready and on time to learn and participate in class.
So it's not the teacher's fault. The teacher has a terrible attitude. The student, it's their responsibility, not the
Allie,
teacher's.
the teacher simply lays the groundwork. It's for the student to work up.
Well, that's an interesting opinion. Thank you, guys.
So does teachers' attitudes in class affect students' abilities to learn?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, why do you think so?
Because I think that if you get along better with your teacher, it's easier to learn from them, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, as long as they still enforce rules too, or else everyone's just gonna goof off.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so do you think that a teacher's attitude affects a student's ability to learn?
Not really. Depends what age group you're talking about. If you're talking about little kids, yeah, but if you're talking about like grown-up kids, doesn't matter what the teacher's doing, as long as it does its job.
Do you guys think that it is that a teacher's attitude in the classroom affects a student's ability to learn?
100% actually, because like a teacher, the way that they teach things is the way that students learn, and if they have a bad attitude towards what they're teaching, then
Allie, why such a bad?
Like you feel not welcome to be in that environment, so you don't want to go at all. You're like, I'm
As a result of our interviews, we came to the conclusion that approximately 7 out of 10 people agreed that a teacher's attitude in the classroom affects a student's ability to learn.
So the answer to our essential question, if teachers' attitudes in the classroom affect students' abilities to learn, is that yeah, it's better for a teacher to have a good attitude, and it does affect students' abilities to learn.
So yeah, that is our personal opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm tripping out on drugs, man.